Hundreds of thousands of movies are released worldwide every year. Movies are made in different types and categories. Zombie movies are very popular in today's world. Hence, the demand for them is increasing daily. Many popular zombie movies have already been released worldwide. In today's episode, we will look at the top 7 most popular zombie movies in the world, which have equal audience demand worldwide. I Am Legend is a post-apocalyptic science fiction horror film directed by Francis Lawrence, starring Will Smith. It is based on Richard Matheson's 1954 novel of the same name and follows the story of Dr. Robert Neville, who was a scientist who is seemingly the last human survivor in New York City, and possibly the world after a virus intended to cure cancer ends up wiping out most of humanity. The few who survive are transformed into nightmarish, aggressive, zombie-like creatures called Dark Seekers, who are sensitive to sunlight. The film is notable for its intense atmosphere, emotional depth, and exploration of themes like isolation, survival, and the ethical implications of scientific experimentation. Will Smith's performance, particularly in his solo scenes, received wide praise. Alive is a 2020 South Korean zombie thriller directed by Cho Il-hyung, starring Yoo Ah-in and Park Shin-hye. The film follows the story of Oh Jun-woo, who was a young gamer who finds himself trapped in his apartment in Seoul as a sudden zombie apocalypse breaks out. As he isolates himself to avoid the infected, he quickly loses access to necessities like food, water, and internet, leading to intense isolation and despair. Alive focuses on the psychological toll of isolation and loneliness, a theme that resonated with viewers, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. It was praised for its suspense, innovative take on the zombie genre, and relatable themes of resilience and connection. The movie gained international attention on Netflix, becoming one of the popular zombie films of recent years. All of Us Are Dead is a South Korean horror drama series that premiered on Netflix in 2022. Directed by Lee Jae-kyo and Kim Nam-soo, the series is based on Joo Dong-gyun's popular webtoon Now at Our School. The show is set in a high school where a zombie virus outbreak traps students inside, forcing them to fight for survival as they struggle to find safety and evade the infected. The story primarily follows a group of high school students who must band together as the infection spreads rapidly through the city of Hyosan, originating from a science experiment gone wrong. The series explores the themes like friendship, loyalty, and the consequences of bullying, which initially triggered the virus's creation. It blends intense horror and survival with coming-of-age drama, resonating strongly with viewers globally. Train to Busan is a South Korean action horror film directed by Yeon Sang-ho, widely celebrated for its intense storytelling and fresh approach to the zombie genre. The movie follows Seok-woo, a divorced fund manager, and his young daughter, Soo-an, who board a high-speed KTX train from Seoul to Busan. Their journey takes a horrific turn when a sudden zombie outbreak sweeps through South Korea, with an infected passenger bringing the virus aboard. As the train speeds toward Busan, passengers face unthinkable challenges. The infection spreads rapidly from car to car, turning passengers into fast, aggressive zombies. Train to Busan is celebrated for its tight pacing, intense action sequences, and emotional depth. The story delves into themes of sacrifice, class division, parental love, and humanity under pressure. Peninsula is the standalone sequel to Train to Busan, directed by Yeon Sang-ho. Set 4 years after the events of Train to Busan, Peninsula follows a new set of characters in a South Korea now completely overrun by zombies and isolated from the rest of the world. He is sent back to the Korean peninsula on a dangerous mission to recover a truck filled with cash, joined by a team that includes his brother-in-law, Chulmin. Unlike Train to Busan, which focused heavily on suspense and contained horror in a claustrophobic train setting, Peninsula leans more into action and resembles a post-apocalyptic heist film with explosive chase sequences, military confrontations, and a grittier, more chaotic world. Peninsula was praised for its visual effects, large-scale action scenes, and expanded world-building that adds to the universe of Train to Busan. World War Z is an action horror thriller directed by Mark Forster and starring Brad Pitt. The film is loosely based on Max Brooks's novel World War Z, an oral history of the zombie war. In the movie, Pitt plays Jerry Lane, a former United Nations investigator who is thrust into a global crisis when a sudden and deadly zombie pandemic breaks out, spreading rapidly across continents and causing civilization to collapse. The story begins with Lane and his family caught in the middle of a chaotic outbreak in Philadelphia. Escaping to safety with the help of his UN contacts, Lane is enlisted to help find the origin of the virus and a possible cure. His journey takes him to various global hotspots, including South Korea, Israel, and Wales, as he encounters different survival strategies and witnesses the terrifying speed and aggression of the infected. The Walking Dead is a long-running post-apocalyptic horror television series based on Robert Kirkman's comic book series of the same name. Premiering in 2010 on AMC and developed by Frank Darabont, the show became a cultural phenomenon and a defining title in zombie horror. Set in a world overrun by walkers, the series follows a group of survivors as they navigate constant threats from both the undead and other humans who have adapted to the lawless, dangerous world in extreme ways. The Walking Dead has 11 seasons, and total episode number is 137. The Walking Dead became famous for its high-stakes storytelling, often killing off main characters in unpredictable ways. This, along with its mix of horror, action, and emotional drama, helped the series achieve a devoted fanbase and critical acclaim.